Tropical storm Trami, also known as Kristine in the Philippines, is making landfall in Vietnam. Thankfully, that storm system continues to weaken out here as it makes that landfall, but we're still going to be looking at secondary impacts with it after it brings heavy precipitation to central Vietnam and, of course, the other storm system on the map a lot of you are rightfully so worried about is Kong-rey, located out here in the Philippine Sea, also known as Leon in the Philippines. Remember, we get this different nomenclature just based on where you are. The Philippines has their own naming system. But the thing with Kong-rey, it is expected to make this turn towards the north, intensify, and we're looking at a strong typhoon making landfall, likely over towards Taiwan and the southern Japanese islands. So I can say with increasing confidence today that this storm is going to make that right-hand turn towards north as the Westpac high, the ridge associated with it, gets degraded with a passing trough, basically hooks this and pulls it off towards the north. All the while intensifying, look at this, according to the Japan Meteorological Agency, expecting it to pass over Ishigaki and Miyako-jima as a, well, looks closer to a Cat 3 type of typhoon here, and maybe even making landfall over towards Taiwan. Now, some guidance does bring it closer to Okinawa, and that means Okinawa Honto, not the prefecture. That's the big island, including Naha and a lot of our military friends out there. So there is a range and a cone of air with this storm system. But this right here is showing you can see at the top of the screen, Thursday evening, and that very well could be the time frame when we see this start to head off here towards the north and impact the southern Japanese islands. But much like what we've seen with Kristine, this has a big old donut shape on it, meaning there's a large wind field that's going to be extending out from that center of circulation. So even based on the current ECMWF outlook, it does look like places like Okinawa could still see tropical storm strength winds. But no one likes it when I say but, right? But look at this. This is the GFS guidance showing that right in here. Let's zoom right in with that storm system coming over around Ishigaki, Miyako-jima. But what we're going to do is we're going to refresh the Windy app here, and we're going to pull up the run and show this going ahead into Thursday evening with the latest guidance. And this is a different model run showing this a lot closer to Okinawa with the right front quadrant impacting you. So this is why I am going to stress that cone of air in that extended forecast, because the models are ranging from the Okinawa Honto across Miyako, Ishigaki, Yonaguni, and into Taiwan with that landfall potentially on our Thursday. There's a range here, which means at this time, and I know you hate hearing this because it sounds wishy-washy, I get it, but at this time, you need to be ready for the potential of a storm system, but don't panic. Prepare, don't panic, right? For the Philippines, we still have inflow, and you can see that here when moisture increasing across parts of, unfortunately, Batangas, Mindoro, Palawan, western areas of Visayas, for that matter, feeding into this storm system. So even with, it turning towards north on a more of a recurvature setup, it is still going to be feeding in that moisture in there with it, which is going to be problematic to say the least, especially in these areas already saturated with these flooding rains. So here we go with Kong-rey turning towards the north. It's based on this latest guidance from the ECMWF showing it around Yonaguni into Taiwan, including Taipei, with some serious impacts here Thursday, mainly evening into Friday. But then we pull back that bigger picture. Of course, I'm gonna get the Trami, Kristine, here and its impacts in Vietnam. Good news, it is weakening, but bringing heavy rain in just a second. But you can see this inflow. Watch the moisture flow as this storm system gets ripped apart Monday and the Tuesday here, which a lot of talk, and I haven't really said it in these videos about the Fujiwara effect. I haven't really said it because I think it scares people more than it should. It's more of a physical guidance process with the tropical systems, not a spooky, crazy thing. So people hear it and they go, oh, it's going to pinwheel back. Yeah, but at the same time, the northeast monsoon's ripping this thing apart. So watch the guidance as this low is hard to even be found, and eventually it does get ripped apart. So technically, the storm does make a U-turn and head back towards the Philippines. A clickbaiter would just say, there it is. But it's being ripped apart. So it's more or less just the moisture that's going to get ripped and pulled back towards the Philippines. It will not be a full-on named tropical system by any means. Right now, there's a named tropical system, big impacts in central Vietnam, but it's all about that moisture flow that gets wrapped around from the backside of this as our storm system churns towards north. In that little troughing there, kind of kicks it off, and that is going to allow that moisture to kind of get fed back into parts of Visayas over towards western Luzon. Before I go further, I want to say a big shout out to all our friends on Patreon who continue to support this channel. Link is down below if you want to be one of those wonderful people. All right, let's go back to, where we are still talking about Kristine Trami here. It did make landfall already, disrupted storm system. Now, due to said shear and land interaction over central Vietnam, it is absolutely falling apart. And yes, it does make that U-turn, which is good news for Vietnam, but it is slow at it. So it is going to continue to bring this heavy flooding rains across central areas, especially into the mountains of Vietnam. So we are going to continue to watch this. But you can see right here, there's that low level center and some of that moisture kind of wrapping around on the western side, the western flank of our storm. But it ain't going anywhere very far as it quickly continues to weaken out here, thanks to that shear, that dry air, and that heavy rainfall. I shouldn't say heavy rainfall. That is causing the heavy rainfall to continue to weaken. Hey, I want to talk about this. Lex put together this awesome graphic. Want to give first off a shout out to him. If you follow Western Pacific Weather on Facebook, he's been doing a great job. If you don't and you watch my videos at Westpac Weather on YouTube, we are one and the same. He predominantly runs that Facebook page. I predominantly run the YouTube channel. He has been doing an amazing job on graphics. If you are in there, say thanks, Lex. Tell him he is an awesome guy. He's been doing a great job. He also made this graphic, 6 lessons we've learned from severe tropical storm Kristine Trami. And I'm going to make a whole after action on this, but this is a start. Cyclone's not just about the strong winds, friends. It was a severe tropical storm, and I say a lot of the times in these type of storms, I worry more about severe tropical storms with a lot of rainfall than I worry about super typhoons. Hear me out. Because super typhoons get all the press. They get all the warning. They get days to talk about them. People get rightfully worried. Severe tropical storms, though, they're often messy. The winds are far away from the center of circulation, as we've seen with this. The bulk of the heavy rain was not in that center line. So a lot of people saw the forecast track. They saw tropical storm ain't coming near us. And they didn't look at the broader picture of things. They just looked at some social media hype, I suppose. I'm part of it, I suppose. But there are people that don't know what they're talking about, and they say, this is it. Here we go. Using the Windy app is great. I love it. I used it in this video, but it ain't the set-all. Make sure you use all the tools and you know what guidance you're looking at. Windy has like multiple models in it. Alerts levels are up, but I don't feel anything. Why? Maybe because you're in a sheltered area, or maybe you're well away from that center and you're actually got rainfall warnings. They're not signal force warnings if you're in the Philippines. These are all things you want to continue to check and make sure you stay weather aware. You're watching this video and you're listening to my rambling. You know what that means? You're one of those people that do stay weather aware. So you can help people out by literally talking to them. Let them know, hey, what's going on? You don't have to share my video. I would appreciate it. I love you if you do. But you know what I want you to share? I want you to share the weather knowledge you gain from watching here. For example, right here, one model, another model. Those are two different guidances in the long range of Kong-rey. Windy app just shows one, unless you physically change it. So it scares people. So share that information that you've gained and trying to hopefully learning about what's going on out here. And let's do our best to keep people weather aware, keep them safe during the storm, because that is the number one thing. We formed Western Pacific Weather back in 2010. We've been doing this for over a decade. It started off rough. Videos have gotten a lot better. Our tools, our resources have gotten better, but one thing stays the same. People are still worried, and these storms are not getting less impactful. So let's continue to track what's going on out here. Off of my soapbox. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Number one thing, of course, is stay safe out there. Have a good day.